My mom said that must be other people be happy. She said, I told her we lost 5 in a row. She said it's okay, let other people be happy. She said your mom happiness should come. I said, what, mom? She said, it's okay. I said, okay, mom, whatever you say. They were taking goalkeepers' tours. They took the Senegalese goalkeepers' tour. I didn't even know that.
They even took the Nigerian guy as well.
3 times. They kept doing that.
Yeah.
They're giving teams 10% tickets.
You know why? Because they have this assumption. These days football is soft, bro. We need to keep that in mind. Like it's not like back in the days I'll give you a slide tackle, they'll be like, stand up and play the game.
Everything's working?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Check.
It just feels like something's in my throat. You said that? You thought you did? It's not choking. Villa lost. Villa lost. We got 1 point. Villa gets no point.
No
City
point.
gets no point. I don't understand what the problem is.
There's no problem, we just say.
Okay.
Say what? What do you say?
You say I'm choking like no for us.
How many shots on target you guys had? Nothing.
We can't win. It's not short.
Can't win everything.
It's okay.
You can't points, right?
You know that. You can't win everything.
You can't win points. Not short on time.
Damn. Alright, let's go. Welcome to 11 Slide, Organized Chaos, a podcast that takes you from chaos to conversation. I'm your host, Eddie, and to my left we have
BG.
Yeah.
Michael.
Big Ben.
11 players, 1 pitch, and the stories. Let's get right into it. So what was the biggest upset of the weekend?
Yes, yeah.
Let's go with BG.
For me, I think it would be the Villa game. Because I think the whole world was expecting Villa to come in and get that win, especially after Arsenal dropped points yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone was excited, like, okay, Man City dropped points, so Villa will be like the next best thing. And then they just came out and stunk it up today. So that was definitely it for me. Not trying to take anything away from every team, but I think everyone expected it to be a win for Villa for sure. So that was my biggest upset.
I think everything is playing well though. They've had a couple like tough wins as well. So.
Yeah, it was that team that was come out of the blue and surprised.
Yeah, right. Okay, what about you, Ian?
Arsenal is Nottingham Forest was the upset for me. Arsenal is obviously on form, and then Nottingham Forest out of nowhere just denied us 3 solid points. I mean,
That's a big one.
yeah, I mean, going into the game, I expected Arsenal to grab maximum of 3 points without struggle, without anything. So it was very upsetting, you know.
So I mean, me personally, I disagree with you. The reason why I disagree with you is because we know that Arteta struggles against Sean Dice. Nottingham Forest, before Sean Dice, they were a terrible team. Now, during this time, they're not a good team, but they give teams problems just because of the way he plays. So I don't think it's an upset. I think we did expect us to win, but at the same time, we know that Arteta always struggles against Sean Dice.
So that's an upset for you.
No, I don't think it's an upset. But I mean, everybody's different. Everybody thinks, you know, if you think it's an upset, then you think it's an upset. But for me personally, I don't think it's an upset because we know that Arteta struggles.
It would be an upset if that was the last game of the season. If that game was the game that was going to give us the trophy,
Right.
would that not be an upset?
I mean, that's a different circumstance. Like, obviously, you say yes because you want
So
to
every
win
game actually counts too.
Right, every game counts, but
Yeah, so if we are not grabbing 3 points from Nottingham Forest,
Yes.
yeah, I get it. Arteta is struggling, but he can't keep. You can't keep struggling.
Yes,
So,
imagine.
you have everything you want.
Yes,
so
you have all the good
we
players.
know the reason why. I don't know. To me, it was the lineup, but we can go into the lineup. But it's upsetting everybody. That's what I said. Yeah. I mean, even comparing to the other games. For example, City and okay, we'll get to it. You guys, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, what about you, Mike?
I think City, Man U.
Exactly.
City menu? That's what you said?
Man City always do better, but United could have easily won that game 6-0.
Yeah.
Nothing from City in that.
Okay. What about you?
Yeah, Ian wants to say something.
No, I was still going to say that I don't think that one was upsetting because City is. I told you already that I wouldn't be surprised if City was like their form coming into this game before the game. How many draws did they have before this?
But
Like
a few people here were saying City were on form.
Yeah,
City was
that's
going to
what
win
I'm
the
saying.
league.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call names though, but the person is sitting right next to Michael on the right side.
City won 10-0 this week, right? Before
Yeah. What cup was that? Carabao Cup, right?
Yeah.
FA Cup. Yeah.
Yeah.
They won something like that. And
They're on form.
they're on form, so I think.
I mean, Senegal scored two games in a row too, right?
Right.
And they got away.
But that was before he got with City, no?
No, he scored 2 goals.
For City or before he got
No,
with
he
City?
got for City.
Yeah, he scored in the Carabao Cup and he scored.
Yeah, okay.
What about you, man?
Oh, Nottingham Forest against Arsenal.
Why is that?
Like, of course, the United game will get to that to try and clarify some doubts that some people have, but yeah, but then Nottingham Forest against Arsenal because you expect Arsenal to be like title title contenders.
Okay.
They go to Nottingham Forest and kind of like park the bus, because it was just every time I
Who
watch it,
parked the bus?
I'll just see Nottingham Forest attacking and
Whoa.
attacking, and I'm like, wait a minute, what is going on here? But
You say Arsenal parked the bus.
I just said you're expecting people not to park the bus. I don't know who parked the bus.
You watch
But
it.
hold on. He just said
What did you
every
watch?
time he looked at the TV, Forrest was attacking.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't watch the game.
What do you want?
You didn't watch the game.
Oh, I can even name the player that I kept seeing on the ball. Is it Hudson?
Arsenal.
You
Yeah.
didn't watch the game.
He attacked, but you can't say
Yeah, you can't say Arsenal.
I didn't say Arsenal was hitting.
That's pretty much what.
Oh, so
he's
you're just saying, okay, then let's move
That's
on.
pretty much what he's saying. But we'll move on.
But you know, like, of course, the excuse will be like it's Sean Dyche, so it's okay. We'll take that excuse. It's okay. We'll move on.
I mean, it's bad that Arteta always struggles against him. It's like for a good coach, it's bad. Like it is what it is.
It's an upset, but it's okay. It's
So
Sean Dyche.
which player completely surprised you guys this weekend?
Stuff from the mind, you guys.
Yeah, let's start with Ben.
I'll say. I'll say there are 2 players, but then I can say the first one is Hudson, and then the second one will be like Haaland.
Okay, so Hudson Odoi surprised you in a good way.
Oh, in a good, positive way.
Okay.
That guy was just like making the Arsenal defense, is it right back? Look like
Left back.
back. He was
The
looking.
reason I said Ghana should just give him that citizenship so he can play for them in the World Cup. They need that.
He gets one good game and then all of a
That's
sudden
not
he
just one good game. He's had a
But did he
good-
score?
He didn't score, but he's had a good season.
I like him though. I'm just talking. I like him.
He had a good
He's a
game on
good
that
player.
day.
He's a
He's
good
had a
player.
really good season.
He neutralized that defender. Like the defender couldn't go overlap because he knew they would catch him on the backside.
I think what I like about him is that he's fearless.
Yes.
When he gets the ball, he likes to go at
Especially
defenders
against
and
us.
not just do like what most of the team wingers will do is like and then pass it back. And he actually wants to run at the defenders and put them on their toes all the time.
The only problem I have with him is he hasn't been as consistent as I would like him to. I rate him high. I think he's a very good player.
No, the thing is like he's inconsistent, yes, but the thing was it on Saturday he was consistent.
It's consistent.
Yeah, on Saturday.
I think part of the inconsistency coming with just playing with like what 3 or 4 different coaches in one
Exactly,
season. You know, it's like Manny.
But to be fair, they had the same coach the whole of last season. What's his name? Santos.
Yeah, but even under that, Santos played a different system that doesn't allow for like the players to be that free.
No, he was free.
What formation was Santos playing?
What was it?
3-2-3, 3-5-2.
Because if that's the case, even Elanga should have been like, you know, which when he came in on some of those games, he was thriving, which is why he got that big when he moved to Newcastle. But yeah,
I thought Hudson was free when he played for Forest. Like he had a lot of freedom.
Yeah, but Saturday he really
He really
played
played well.
well.
Because he played in the rest.
Like, oh my god. I was watching that kid, I'm like, man, we should play Nottingham Forest every week.
What about you, Mike? Which player completely surprised you?
I'll give it to Patrick Dogu. For the following weeks, he wasn't playing well. Some of that were calling shit,
yeah.
and he wasn't good. He's been performing really well. He scored again. That was like a striker-esque, poacher-esque goal. So I give it to Patrick Dogu. I also give Somerville a shout out.
Who?
Somerville
Okay.
for West Ham. Which was really tormenting Tottenham, and he deserved this goal.
Yeah, that's a club that is just going shit.
Tottenham is
They also
Tottenham is
what's this guy?
Shit.
no,
no,
it's a program.
It's a program.
The program.
You gotta use the word.
Tottenham is a program.
The club has been a program for.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Yeah, go continue.
I mean, they just got Gallagher and he didn't do shit for them. They've been bad.
Did he play?
Yeah.
Okay. Gallagher.
Oh.
But that's his first game, so you can't expect much coming in to your first game. So
Especially in the program.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with them.
I think for me, my surprise player, we all knew what Kobe Manu was capable of, and he was locked up due to like him not, you know, performing or being too heavy. But seeing him actually play this week, and it's a derby game, and you know he showed up and showed out, and it was really nice to see him actually perform. He didn't have like the perfect game or anything, but you see some sort of like some of the old Kobe Manu in there. The reason he was called up to the English national team, you see sparks of that too again. And I think for him, with Michael Carrick being there, who was a really good center mid, that would only help him get that much better and moving forward. But he was my surprise for the weekend. He really outdid himself. He was actually running, which is something we haven't seen in a long time. So it was good for him.
What you mean?
Patrick Doug was saying, as what Mike said, I think, yeah, he played very well for the derby game when I watched him, how he ran physically, and also how he had so much stamina, so much energy, and it was taking them down, the city guys. So I think, yeah, he surprised me, and I think that building on that confidence, he can do a lot more when given the opportunity. Yeah. Over.
Alright, quickly, let's all pick a player of the week for the weekend. I know everybody had their surprise player. That's a little different from player of the weekend. So player of the weekend.
No, but player of the weekend would be, I mean, I'll say Casemiro.
Casemiro?
Yeah.
Quick reason why.
I mean, he's sort of like controlled the United midfield, and he had it like you could see him everywhere. Of course, they say he does not have the pace, but he has the wisdom of knowing where the ball is going. When to slide tackle.
System change? Maybe? No? Okay.
I'm still
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
Okay. No problem. Just want to see why you picked him. What about you, Mike?
Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno?
Yeah. A lot of key passes. You could see him running everywhere. And we're just trying to be the captain of the team and lead them to the win.
We'll get to that also. System change. We'll get to that also.
I'll go with Bruno too.
Bruno?
You saw a different side of Bruno, and we've talked about this before when he was playing that holding. We all said that's not his position. You have to play him where he could be beneficial to the team, and someone actually played him in the position that he's capable of playing, and you saw the difference. He knows how to make those key passes at the right time that will help you get a chance and even a goal if you need to. But so yeah, that's my reason for picking him. You actually saw Bruno Fernandes, not the 6.
Bruno, same
Bruno's
yeah.
good pick.
Yeah.
I thought he was impressive as well. Alright. So let's jump right. Speaking of Bruno, let's jump right into the game of the week. The game of the week was Manchester United versus Man City.
Woo!
What was your first reaction to how the game unfolded?
Oh, my first reaction. I would say I was not surprised. So I was how the game unfolded. It was expected. First of all, there's a new manager. The players are going to ball out. Hey, this manager has to like me, so anybody you put in is going to give their 100%. Second of all, City is not on form, so going into that game, I was like, nah. And Manchester United don't play with Manchester City. Once you see that Manchester City, even if they are playing with kindergarten players, they are gonna fight. They will put up a fight, especially at Old Trafford. So. I wasn't surprised at the game. Very, very good game. Yeah. Over.
My initial reaction was, this is what we've been waiting for. And I was surprised at how everyone was like just running. But the most surprising thing for me was you actually saw Man U stringing passes together for the first time, something we haven't done in like God knows how long. But you actually saw passes being made, guys moving on and off the ball. These are things that we haven't done, and only the Lord knows. But it was surprising, and as a Man U fan, I was geeked up, and just seeing the chances that we were creating was amazing. And I was also surprised at the fact that Haaland, who's your Premier League leading scorer, did not get a single shot on goal. It shows that, my guys are good. My boys are good. My boys are good. Yes, that's it. Over.
What about you, Mike?
Yeah, what was it? For me, it was like, wow, is this Manchester United? Because, we've had like 4 or 5 different new managers. What's his name? When Penistra came in, we didn't have a new manager bounce. We struggled to win that game, but he left. And who came in? Amorim came in after. No new manager bounce. We don't know how the new manager bounce. So to follow on that, I was like, maybe it's gonna be a boring game again. When Fletcher came in, we played badly. And I'm like, okay, this is actually entertaining. Everybody's moving. Once Manchester United that I noticed over a few games is that we never win the second balls. You notice the players are frozen for a little bit, then they score us or something like that. It's like they lose focus. But in this game, there was no moment they lost focus. Everybody was like on their toes, winning balls, pushing forward once they get the ball. And it was very entertaining. So,
It was a game when I expected United to turn up, because of course when you have a backline like Maguire, Martinez, Dalot and Luke Shaw, then you have the other 2 defensive midfielders in front of them. That just reminds you of the first games that Solskjaer played, which is more like, let's sit back and then just catch them on counter. And of course it's Man City. So you don't expect Man City to also kind of like sit back like every other club will do. It's more of like they'll try to play their game. And even if you see City's lineup, I think Pep went into the mind with the mindset of like, okay, it's not gonna be that much of a tough game by playing like a kid as a centre back that he took off inside at halftime. So he came in with that mindset a little bit of like, oh, it's gonna be an easy game for us, and they will struggle, but he got shocked. So yeah, but it's one of those games that I don't really want to be carried away. Just like, okay, it's happened, it's good. Let's see what's. Oh, next week is Arsenal. Let's see how we're going to flog them.
Flog, bro. Okay, so which moments do you think truly shifted the momentum of the game? Because like you looking at the game, it says Man City had 68% possession,
Yeah.
and United had 32%.
When it comes down, not to cut you off, but when it comes down to these possession thing,
You know what I mean?
no, I feel like majority of the time it's pointless in a sense because the possession doesn't go anywhere.
Of course.
So I could be sitting back there in my back line and just passing the ball. You know, at some point they show the statistics of how many times they passed the ball, and it's like, are we trying to score goal or are we trying to play possession? Because your possession isn't going anywhere. So they should probably like, we don't care about that side of the stats. It's a pointless statistic to have like, oh, 90% possession, but what did you do with that possession? You know, not to cut you off again.
No.
You know, it's just one of those things. I saw it at halftime. It was like, oh, 68, and I'm just like, but how many chances that they created that you could actually say that was a vital, you know, chance creation? Whereas Man U at that point had already had like 3 or 4 or 5 of them, so it made no sense.
So I do agree with you, but then also certain teams, especially like City, that's their style of play. They like to keep possession, they like to drag players out of position. And if you're compact and you stay organized, that's not going to happen. Because you look at the expected goals, United had 2.27 and City had 0.45. So that means that they didn't really create any chances. They just kept moving the ball around, and you guys caught them off on counters.
And that's why I'm
right. I'm agreeing with you.
Take that off.
But you know, it's part of the game. Some teams they just play like that and they try to drag you out, and then that's when they get their expected goals.
No, but if you were to quote Jose Mourinho, it's more like possession does not win you games.
Right, it doesn't.
So I mean, it's still the same thing, like I said, which is they try to pass the ball around and everything. It was one of those instructions like, let them have the ball. We're just gonna sit back and hit them on counter. And all the goal that we scored, it wasn't, except I think the last goal, Dogo's goal. But everyone else you see, it was more like just hit the ball and then catch them on the counter. Those offside goal, some questionable.
Very questionable.
And to be honest, that's why you shouldn't get carried away.
Yeah,
That's why you said that. I know. Yeah, that's why you shouldn't get carried away because games like that, it benefits you.
Yeah.
But then you go play a Burnley or Everton and they're sitting back and you know, and then they catch you on the counter. So you know, but yeah. So what moments do you think truly shifted the momentum of the game? Is it after the first goal? Like what do you think?
Oh, so I would say yes. After Casemiro missed that clear chance, I think was it a rebound or something? He tried to chip the keeper and he got it. So that was when I realized that any transition that Manchester United get, they can easily score. That's the moment that, and I don't know if you have it in some of the points. I think the coach not starting Cunha says a lot. Like it was so tactical. It's a lot of chess movement in this game because City had Semenyo on the right, Bernardo Silva, Foden, and now you have Doku over there. So you expect them to struggle a little bit. Semenyo operating from that right is not his that's not his natural position. So he had to make do with what he has. It's like you want to play everybody that you have just because you signed them. I think maybe Man United and Amon wanted to do, let's play Cunha, Ahmad, and Guemo, like kind of that. But let me stay on topic. The moment that you knew everything should was when Casemiro had that challenge, because that was when Man United knew that we can beat these guys. Right? Yeah.
Gives you a confidence booster. Like,
Yeah.
okay, we can do this.
For me, I think it
Ooh.
came in the third minute when
Third minute.
McGuire
And then the Bulls.
when McGuire had that chance. Because that's something you haven't seen in a while, and the guys actually build off of that. Because the way that chance came, it was so easy and so quick. They were like, "Oh, okay, yeah, we got this." But the more the game went on, the more you see that confidence in them. Like they were actually moving around, just running. You know, it's like watching an NFL game with receivers just running around. So all these guys were moving. But for me, it was that. Even myself, I'm not in the game, but after seeing that chance, I was like, okay, well, we in this. You know, I got wide. You know, my eyes got big. I was like, yes, you know. But I think that's the moment. And then after that, the couple of offsides that they kept calling, and to give credit to both teams, they both played an open game. So it was a free-flowing game, the way the chances were going back and forth. But yeah, it was a good game. But that was the moment I kind of figured, oh yeah, these guys are ready to play today.
What about you?
I think for me, it was when Bruno scored or almost scored the Busquets goal of the year. Because that goal he scored, it does show that okay, he's confident. He's confident, and the game was in Manchester United's favor from there. Unfortunately, it was offside. I don't know why they called it, should have let it go, but that's why we knew we were winning that game.
I think just from the lineup. You know,
Hey,
confidence was high.
The lineups come an hour before.
So an hour you grab his phone.
I was like,
This menu, but
That's the
we're ready today.
Yeah, wait. So you agree that Amaril's system wasn't beneficial
we'll
to the
get to
players?
that.
Argue that.
We'll get
Amongst
to that.
yourselves.
We'll get to that. No, but then to be honest, right, from the lineup, because when you see Cunha and Sesko being on the bench, already you're telling yourself like, okay, this is just a counter-type game. And then City didn't come prepared for it. Because of it, like when you look at City, they're just like, okay, one of either Aki's will be on Sesko and then everyone else will be like free. So it's gonna be long balls. I think that's what they practice. But then seeing now Mbeumo there up top and then on the side you have Dogo and Ahmad, it's sort of like, okay, how are they going to play? Are they gonna be moving around, or are they just gonna be? They didn't really expect us to hit them on the counter like that. So yeah, when the lineup came up, I was like, oh, this looks a bit different. And, it's gonna be more of a sitting back and let those three people just run the show, and Bruno can find either of them. So yeah.
Okay. So with that being said, what does this result mean for City moving forward and also for United moving forward? Is it like a momentum builder for United, or also is there a concern for City?
Arsenal didn't win their game, so it didn't really change anything for City. That's 1 point difference. For United, definitely a confidence booster. Hopefully we can beat Arsenal next week and keep on the high rising confidence.
In terms of like the league table, City, yes, it's. I mean, like Mike said, it's not gonna really affect them so much. It's just one more point that's added, and then they can try and move it around, or fix it in the coming games. But for United, I feel it's not really a turning point, but it's more of let's see. It's not really something which I'm, as a fan, I'm gonna be like excited, like okay, we are back, or it was Amorim who used to. No, because I know, like I mentioned, it's just City that we beat. It's not like we've beaten 3 different lower league teams.
Like I always tell you, for some reason you guys do really well against those big teams.
That's the thing, yeah.
And when it comes to the small teams, you struggle, no matter what system you play.
Yeah.
So that's why.
So it's something which I'm not really gonna be too excited. It's one of those, like, let's take it one game at a time. Of course, we're facing City, then we're facing, I think, a small team like, what's the name of that team? Oh yeah, we're facing that team. So
That's the only excitement you ever get.
I'm still not excited. I'm just like, let's take it one
Get
game
excited
at a
and
time.
one play.
So let's go one game at a time. So
Alright.
after maybe finishing with Arsenal, dealing with them, then from there we can know and see.
We'll be back next week for that.
You
Oh, I
couldn't be
think,
Nottingham Forest.
I think for City it's just an exposure to the problems that they have, problems in their backline on all areas of the field. Because now this guy is gonna come back, Mamouche is gonna come back. Maybe he will help them back. I think this is when you need Guardiola to step in and take charge. But I think that things aren't working very well for. So for City, it's just. They have been exposed. I don't know. I wouldn't say Guardiola has been exposed, but I would say that the team itself, I don't know what it means for them, but it's very, very discouraging, and I think they should go back to the drawing board and fix what needs to be fixed. I saw somewhere that maybe Haaland will start getting benched or something, but I don't think that's going to happen. But I think Guardiola has to make some serious calls and maybe try to fix this issue with the team, because there's real issues with the current squad and new lineups and stuff like that. For Man U, I think it's step on the gas moment. You know, we've got some momentum right now. I think we just have to move on with that same momentum, but unfortunately they are playing this weekend with Arsenal, so I mean they have to just take it as, you know, you win some, you lose some. So even when you lose against Arsenal, do not take it as, you know, it's not working.
Yeah, that's not a good team.
Yeah, so just understand that you win some, you lose some. After the Arsenal game, then the momentum you can keep.
Because start judging again.
Yeah.
Is that like
You're
a
saying that after the
show?
first game of the season that you guys kind of squeaked by.
So we won fair and square. We won fair and square. The referee did not.
You got
It was a fair
But
game.
anyway,
You got 3 points. Let them come to your own.
you know why?
You coming to our home.
Why he's saying we got 3 points?
What?
Because he knew the game was just one of those games.
Did you
guys
not
got
get 3
lucky.
points against you?
And the end of the day, yes, you guys had 3 points, but again, it was a squeaky win. It wasn't anything. After that game, I did not hear we dominated or any of that
You
stuff.
got 3
It
points.
was, we got 3 points.
We got 3 points.
We got 3 points.
Anyway,
What does that do?
You did not dominate the
back
season.
to the
You
question
did
at
dominate.
hand.
We'll see this weekend.
Back to the question at hand.
Forest.
Again, when it comes to, before I move forward, when it comes to that whole dominating thing, you guys got it all backwards. Just because you passed the ball 2 million times in your backline doesn't mean you dominated the game. Who had the most chances?
Yep.
Who was the
We
most
got XG
creative?
than Nottingham Forest. What are you talking about? We got expected
Anyway.
more than Nottingham Forest.
Anyway.
I don't think you understand when they say dominant. It's not just a
What are you
possession. It's expected goals. That's what is dominant.
Expected. That's not dominated.
It is dominating.
So what
You
have
have-
they beat us with?
You can't say expected. Expected is something that hasn't happened yet.
The
You
measure
expect
is-
it
That's
to
what they
happen.
measure it
That's
by.
the measure, XG.
Based on what the back passes.
No, you know XG.
Can I?
Expected goals means the
No,
goal
you
that
asked
you
the
created
question.
or you
You
tried
asked
to
the
score,
question.
but you didn't score it.
What is your XG against Nottingham Forest?
I don't know. You pull it up.
While you're looking that up, let me answer the question at hand. So for Man U, start there. For Man
It's
U,
crazy that they argue stuff like that and we're on top of the table. Like there's no way you.
for Man U,
2.07
for
XG.
Man U,
And
can
Nottingham
I?
Forest?
0.36.
Can I have my moment? For Man
My
U,
fault.
We rest our case.
moving forward,
My fault, chat.
I think this was a good momentum builder for a lot of reasons. Players that have been disgruntled sitting on the bench finally got a chance to come in and showcase that I deserve to be playing. Bruno finally got a chance to play in his favorite position where he feels like he's the man. And we have a new coach at the helm. Someone who knows that my coaching career somewhat depends on how I do within this next 17 games. I don't have no Carabao Cup. I don't have no FA Cup. I don't have no Champions League. All I have to focus on is the Premier League. So week in, week out, I have to put the best team out there to give me the best chance to be successful. Who knows, if we finish in a Champions League spot, maybe they'll give me the job full time. Or if we do great, we finish anywhere, maybe they'll give me the money I need to bring new players and give me the job. So there's a lot riding on this, and not just for him, but also for the players. So for Man U, I feel like this is just a stepping stone for them to, get even higher. Don't be surprised if by the end of the season we're in first place. But we're not going to talk about that. For Man City, I feel like
Dreamers, man.
for Man City,
You have some dreamers.
for Man City, I feel like there's no major issue there, right? They have Gay coming in as a center back, so they've already addressed that issue. They have a back line that's struggling right now, and they went and hijacked Gay from Liverpool before the summer even came by. So they've got that handled. Now Pep just got to figure out the whole Haaland thing. I can agree with that because Haaland is not that kind of striker that will come in and play with the team. He's used to give me the ball and let me do. And when that's not happening, as you saw yesterday, he just disappears. There's nothing he can do with that. Is that something they may have to fix? Probably, but for right now, that's all they have. I don't think they have any other options.
They're not dropping down.
Yeah.
I tell them right now.
So they just
That's
have
not even
to.
a question.
They just have to it's gonna be games like this, right? And then he's gonna come back the next game and bang 3 of them, and then we all get back to Haaland is so amazing. So we just gonna have to ride that. So I don't think City has any good thing for them is that Liverpool dropped points, Aston Villa dropped points, and the gap is not as big as it was supposed to be. Now they just gotta figure out they should come to Man U, give us some money on the side, and let us, handle Arsenal for them this weekend, and then hopefully, they go handle business and close that gap a little bit. But it should be a fun weekend coming up because Man U, we on the road.
Speaking of Margay to City, it was a surprise mid-season move to City. Fans are debating whether City are already winners of the Premier League. Some argue that they will, are definitely not going to win it. So, does the signing of Margay feel like a luxury addition, or is it actually the final puzzle that Pep needs to secure the league? Why not?
No, I don't think so. I mean, with City, I still feel like there's a lot that needs to be done at the back, especially. You have Donnarumma who's doing great.
Yeah.
Way will only come and help one side of the defense. If you watch the game against United, it's more like the two centre back sort of like were lost. They didn't know how to approach it. That's why I said that from the kickoff you could tell like, okay, City is struggling. But then now, adding Gray to it, you'll be like, Gray will play with you because he was that guy, Casano.
Right.
Is he going to play with Ake or is he going to play
Who's going to play with? How does he fit in that
Rico, all these guys, and you're like, so if he plays with Ake, it's going to take time because centre backs, you just don't bring them together and like, okay, start playing and then they start gelling. No, it's going to take time for them to also like settle. But having said that, of course, they're not going to play United every week. They're going to be playing different teams, So next week, I don't know who they play.
Playing
Wolves. That's going to be like, it's not going to be an easy game to say like a walk in the park, but it's going to be a different type of game.
Right.
Whereby they're going to have more space, they're going to have more, Alan will maybe score or get things done, and then everyone will forget the United game. So they'll sit back, but they're not going to sit back like United. That's one thing. That's how, like, when you have teams that the formation that Pep plays with 4 attacking midfielders, of course, it's going to just help them. So the gap really in the center back is not going to show so much. The signing of Way, it's a good signing, but they still need more, and they still to clear more center back out.
Okay. What you mean?
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. Also add on to that, Gray is a good signing in the long run. but it's not going to be like an immediate solution to what they're dealing with right now. Defense is also like a team, not just one person. And they'll bring him in, he's going to be confused, is how I see it going. And he's going to make a few mistakes here and there. Might even cause them to lose a few games here and there. And you can't really put that expectation on him right now. Especially he's coming from a team that played 3 at the back. So it's like a completely different formation to what City are playing. So it's just different. I don't expect too much from him. And the actual signing that is more impactful for City was Senegal, because they only had a goal scorer in Allen.
And how did Senegal play against Manu?
He was trying, but
Struggled, right?
Yeah, of course.
he struggled.
Yeah, I think
Position.
that system.
Doku struggle.
But then, if you look at it, the Pep Guardiola has changed his formation. You know, and then Rodri is also been old now. Like having Rodri just sitting there by himself, I think it's a bit of
That's a problem.
a problem.
Also like,
He's not the same Rodri.
It's not the same Rodri, especially when you play big teams. I think teams that like will sit back and then counter, Rodri is not gonna be like a good 6 to high
Yeah,
things.
anymore, yeah.
Rather, instead of spending so much money on, I think he's building up the team, maybe switching up his formation. We'll
Yeah.
just see in the coming games. But having Rodri sitting there by himself is, I don't think it's
Problematic,
good.
no?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think that him playing Semenyo on the right over the left might have had a huge effect on his output.
Okay. I mean, that's probably possible. I know that me and Ben, we talked about Senegal coming to City, and we thought that he was going to struggle for at least the first few games. Coming to a new system, they might play out of position, just being comfortable with your teammate, things like that. And I thought he had a lot of freedom at Burma, and here at City, he's going to be, constricted to like a certain position. Like you can't just be free. Like Pep said, you have to stay on the left, you have to stay on the left. He says you have to invert, you have to invert. You just have to follow those directions. And some players are not those type of players. Some players like to be free. They want to express themselves, and that's why we felt like he was going to struggle. But I mean, it's still early. I like Samuel. He's a baller, and hopefully he can adjust. Yeah. What about you, BG?
I think it's a long game. I don't think Gay coming in definitely helps anything. Only thing that does, it gives him an extra body and another option to go to from what he's been using so far. And I think it was just another way of rubbing it in Liverpool's face that you guys still ain't that guy. We're still that guy.
But wait, Liverpool were going to pay how much for him?
I don't know, but they were waiting for his contract to be over.
Yeah, they were waiting for the summer. And but I think it became possible because of the money that City wanted to pay.
They paid $20 million.
Yeah,
That's
but also there's
I don't know the story to cut you off. I don't understand how he was $20 million. I'm still very confused on how that happened.
well
That
He's
makes no sense.
Yeah.
he
I think
wanted
his
to
agent
be-
didn't do a good job.
When City was going to get him, he was more than that. From my understanding,
Yeah.
in the summer.
Liverpool
Yeah.
was gonna pay them.
Yeah, like 60-something mil, right?
Yeah.
Like, how did you go from 60-something mil, if I'm correct, I don't know if I'm correct,
His agent.
to 20?
It was 20, yeah.
If Garnacho could go for how much? How much is Garnacho go for?
How does he
Hey, I'm thinking
Like 40.
that
40, 50.
might have to check that up, but he wanted to leave because the coach at Crystal Palace is also leaving at the end of the season. So all these guys are just getting
But-
ready to dip.
But even at that, like for me, if I was a player, I would want to leave at the end of the season because my contract is over. Wherever I go, they're going to pay me more money because they're not buying me.
Well, the thing is that money will come.
Oh no, but he
No,
has
it's
a
not.
higher
You don't
wage.
need moments
He
like
has
that.
he has a big wage.
Yeah,
Like, his
that
wages
money
are-
will come later
What do you
on.
mean he has big wages at Crystal Palace?
No, he's
That's what- Oh, he does now?
Yeah.
Maybe because that's why they pay 20 mil.
Yeah.
Because if he would have left for free, his wages would be higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he would have made more money. So I don't get the point of him leaving now.
He has a high.
He has the higher.
No, I
wage.
agree, but if he left for free, he would be higher. Because they're not, because City is not paying Crystal Palace, they're getting him for free. So they have more money to pay him his wages.
But what makes you think City was gonna go for him?
I don't know, but I'm saying like
You know, any other team.
Any team would have to pay him higher wages because they're not buying him.
Let's see how much City is paying him. Like if anyone can check.
Yeah, look that up. But I think him wanting to leave played a big part in that. And like I said, I texted somebody that, or maybe in the group chat that I'm on. I think now is the best time for teams to like start calling Crystal Palace. You know, if I was Manu, I'll go for Chris Richards right now because you need a center back and he's young and he has a lot of ways to go. And also for Mateta, just so you have
around 300K per week.
You imagine.
How much?
300K
per week.
you have
I'll go and pay 5 million. I'm out.
Yeah, but I think Crystal Palace is done. But again, Gahey going to City, I don't think he helps him win the league or anything. I think if they do get up there, that will be a team effort. It's not based on him coming in or going out. There will always be a team that's competitive that will be up there in the conversation as to who wins it. But it will be a nice addition to have on the squad.
Yes, you guys have said like it's a good feature back. It will help City, but as Brian said, they need people in the defensive midfield. Rodri cannot do it on his own. You have all these attacking, folding.
Who's your backup? Their defensive mid backup.
Depends.
They don't even have one.
They don't have
Look,
one.
Kovacic
He
is
sometimes
injured.
plays like
Rodri and
Who's injured?
Kovacic.
Okay, yeah.
Kovacic. Yeah.
But he's not a holding like that.
No, he holds.
He's
more
How old is
a
that guy now?
That guy's older.
Kovacic.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
He's old.
and Rodri, Kovacic, they're all old. Like,
Yeah. Rodri's not
He hasn't
old.
really
Rodri's just
played
injured.
like that in a long time.
exactly. Yeah. I thought he left City. He couldn't do it.
Louis not a holding.
That
He's
kid is
He's an outside back.
He's really right back.
I feel
They always invert him though, but he's not a defensive back.
John Stones is still injured.
And so is the center back.
Yeah.
And they push him up as
He
well.
played in the middle
Where's
too
Ruben
sometimes.
Diaz?
Yeah, they move him up like
Yeah.
when they run that
Still
shit.
injured.
The center back goes into the middle, inverts into the middle.
He was injured. Like,
Oscar Bob?
Yeah, Oscar Bob is injured. Robert
He's
Diaz.
always injured.
Yeah, everybody's like they have a lot of injured players.
So he was injured again.
Yeah, he's injured.
What is Manu showing his age?
He's Egypt. Yeah. Egypt on his way back now.
Yes.
Speaking of Egypt, and let's jump into CAF real quick. Is CAF protecting football or protecting Morocco? First of all, Samuel Eto'o gets fined, but the Morocco FA president faces no sanction. Does this immediately raise red flags?
Why was someone
He was doing some kind of hand gesture. He was upset about the calls and stuff like that. And he was, like they had him on the Jumbotron on TV. And the Moroccan president did the same exact thing. He gets no fine, he gets no suspension, but Samuel gets suspension.
the
So-
Moroccan football president or the president?
Morocco football president.
Oh, okay.
So does this immediately raise red flags? Is CAF enforcing discipline or selectively enforcing discipline?
It has been like that in CAF. The host always, from this small
Get favored.
the host always get favored in every different type of situations. Like you've seen when I don't know what country hosted, and they also had their
Henry
calls.
Coast hosted last.
Yeah, they kind of like
They-
some
they
calls.
helped them.
Yeah, so I think the favor usually goes to like the host most of the time, and then when you look at like Samuel Eto'o, the situation, of course, CAF will act upon it. But then now that's the Moroccan football president doing that, like I mentioned, that's the host country, so they're not really gonna look so much into it. So that's the thing. They're just protecting the host. They're not really protecting football itself.
Yeah.
For me, it's also, I'm agreeing to what Ben said, but also you also have to look at past behaviors. I think Samuel Eto'o has had some controversial.
Yeah, he
cases.
was fined and sanctioned.
Yeah, so
Forgot what it was for.
saying, I think there's one that he kicked somebody, and there's some other one. So it's like hot on the media and everything. So I can see them picking on him. It's just like Moreno. If Moreno says something, they're gonna jump on whatever it says. Versus if, let's say, Ruben Amorim says something, they'll be more calm. So
Yeah. So past behavior.
yeah.
What about you, BU?
I think there shouldn't be any partial, or selective discipline. If you're gonna discipline one person, regardless of their past or whatever, make sure it's across the board, especially if it's for the same exact thing. We don't need you to be policed just for one set of people and not police everyone. Host nation or not, if you're gonna be policing everyone for their gestures and things they do, then do it across the board. I think CAF is a joke, and they definitely need. But then again, it's not just CAF as a whole; it's just freaking FIFA as well. All these football federations are starting to turn into jokes because it's more money now, and everything is based on money. The host nation spends X amount of money, and if they win, they regain some of that money back, if not all of it. So there is that right there. And second place money is not as much as first place money. So I think that it's all politics, and it doesn't have to be that. We just have to play soccer and let the game be as beautiful as it once was. But it's not what reality is anymore. Everyone is always trying to basically create an outcome. And I haven't watched a single AFCON game, but from what I've been hearing, it's like Morocco have been kind of carried all the way to the championship, to where they almost got carried to the trophy. But but yeah, so I don't know. It's just, if you're gonna police one person for a incident, make sure you do it across the board, not just selectively.
So I think that CAF's image is already tainted, and when things like that happen, that is an opportunity for you to actually do something to redeem yourself and to get better. So I don't know why we keep making the same mistakes over and over, and things that some people still think this is normal and all that. This is not normal. The game has to be fair. And I don't know if you will get into it. I was saying earlier about people picking goalkeepers' towels and
Yeah,
all
we're going to
that.
that.
Okay, yeah. So like I said, that was an opportunity. Find the guy. I don't care if you are host nation or not. The same fine that the other guy made, you meet it with the same guy, the other guy too. And then, yeah, your image start getting, it has to start from somewhere. So we missed an opportunity right there. Yeah, over.
So I'm gonna combine two questions. So what message does this send when a former African football icon is punished, but a powerful federation president isn't? Second question is, are the rules clear, or does CAF apply them depending on who you are? We'll start with you. Yes.
Oh, so the first question, what was that?
What message does this send when a former African football icon is punished, but a powerful federation president isn't? And the second question is, are the rules clear, or does CAF apply them depending on who you are?
Yeah, so I think that it's the message we are sending out there is that we are not fair. We are not fair at all. And for us to think that some of these things are normal, they probably think it's normal and they overlook these things. It's not right. If someone says, oh, FIFA does it, there's corruption or whatever in some other governing bodies, oh, so it's normal to do that. It's not. So once you do that, you send that email, that message out there that, well, you're not being fair. And also, the second one was,
are the rules clear? Or does CAF apply them depending on who you are?
So I think that, yeah, we send that message that the rules aren't really clear. If we have to get to the drawing board and draw rules and make sure we follow them, then yeah, that's what it has to take. Or the CAF themselves, they should be accountable to something, somebody. Who is CAF accountable to at this point? FIFA?
Yeah.
So FIFA then needs to sanction them. Okay. Yeah, that's all I have.
Okay, let's go. 2 minutes each. Let's go.
What was the first part of the question?
What message does this send when a former African football icon is punished, but a powerful federation president isn't?
I think first of all, you know, there a lot of things that people may not want to address. I'm going to speak on for a second. The colorism that comes with like African countries, right? Moroccans, Egyptians, and all these other light-skinned folks that look European in some ways already feel like they're not African, so they always think that they're above everyone else, right? And because you're of the darker side of the continent, you get looked like, you know, you're less than. It's not supposed to be that way. So there needs to be some sort of accountability. We're all representing the same continent, and when it comes to the game has to be fair. So that being said, the second part of the question, the second part of my answer is Samuel Eto'o is someone that once carried the African flag, right? He carried that for the longest. He was one of the best African talents out there. So there's no need for you, especially if it's over a hand gesture, there's no need for you to punish him and be like, oh, you were fine and all this other stuff. Whereas just a regular president who probably never played the game, he just holds a position. Now he gets away with it because there's more money involved. He has more influence or whatever say over the tournament because it's in his home soil. So that is not cool and that needs to be addressed. The second part of the question is, I think there are rules that are on paper and are out there saying these are the rules. CAF following those rules? That's the big question. I think it's followed when it suits the narrative that they want. If it's not what they want, then they just kind of like, you know, sweep it under the rug. It's corruption at its finest, and it's not supposed to be that way. Again, like I mentioned earlier, we just gotta let the game be what it used to be. It's the beautiful game. We need to stop with all these biases and all these changes and all this other stuff. Just let the game be. The game is at its finest when two teams are actually like just playing and, you know, going at each other and having fun, where at the end of the day, the game decides who the winner is and who the loser is, and then you take it like a man and you shake hands, you call it a day and we move forward. Over.
I'm going to try and answer the two questions at the same time.
Mine took like 10.
So the rules, I believe they pick and choose when to use the rules, who it benefits. One day benefits this other person, the other day benefits this person. The whole topic about is the host nation, and the rules always benefits the host nation. It shouldn't be, but that's what it is at the moment, and I believe we need to find a solution to that. Whether there should be a governing body that isn't the host nation, I don't know how they'll do it, but they should just find a different way to approach it, that there isn't that balance, obvious, picking and choosing when to follow the rules. Secondly, following the hero is Samuel Eto'o, and popular person. It just shows corruption. It's not bad corruption. They prefer, rather than actual football, the person that has the money is who they give the most respect to. And that just shows CAF as a whole, or the issue with Africa as a whole, which is corruption. Hopefully, we move forward from that, but I believe it's, I don't have a word, but it's a way of pushing hate to other people because of a certain person is going to give me money or something like that.
in terms of the message that all these things that's happening in AFCON, the message is simple. You've seen how the guys disrespected AFCON, or the guys overseas, or the different pundits overseas have disrespected AFCON. It also has to do with how the leaders are leading these things. You know, like when you're punishing one person, but you're not punishing one person. Of course, everyone else will look at you and be like, this is a joke. Like, okay, so we can say whatever we want to say and they're not going to punish us because we are untouchable, you know. So it's the same, it's just sad to see all this thing happen, and then you pick and choose who the whole should apply to and who the whole should not apply to, and it's ridiculous. It's just difficult to wrap your head around it when you see how passionate the Africans usually are, especially during this AFCON, the amount of people that watch it, regardless of the time. People will be at work when they're watching the game and they're dedicating the time. And then to see how the CAF is trying to run the game is a bit sad to analyze, and it's difficult also to understand. But at the same time, what can we do? You know, we're just gonna speak about it, and hopefully someone out will hear and get a conscious to understand what's going on.
Okay. Moving forward, are referee decisions in Morocco's matches just bad officiating or something more troubling? Over.
You're back on.
In all of Moroccan's games, or just
All of them, like especially like the knockout stages. So against Tanzania, Nigeria, Cameroon, and Senegal.
Who likes to go first?
Well, I'll go if you want me to go. For like I said earlier, I haven't watched a single game, right? But when you get on social media, it seems like, you know, the referees are being dragged for every single game they've officiated that has to do with Morocco. And again, it goes back to you know, they say wherever there is smoke, there is fire, right? So if the same thing keeps happening and happening, I think there's a lot more than just bad officiating going on. Right before the tournament, I don't know if you guys remember this, but there was a thing where we actually talked about here where someone made a comment, I think it was the Ivory Coast player, that said, oh, Morocco had never won the AFCON, so, you know, yeah. And he got in trouble for it. So I think this was Morocco's way of trying to make sure they get AFCON.
Yeah.
And also, it would have been a good look on their part because, you know, they won the youth AFCON, they won the youth World Cup, and all these other things.
They lost the AFCON.
so they've been on a roll, and they wanted to top it all up. So maybe giving the referees a little incentive on the side to make sure that they make it to that. Was part of it. But I think if everyone is complaining about the same thing, I don't think it's just bad officiating. I think there's a little bit more. And what we've been seeing a lot in sport these days is that, you know, the ugly side of sports that no one wants.
Sports betting as well.
In general, I just like Brian, I didn't watch any of the games. I just think that an official or a team being mentioned separately that the officials are always favoring you is not a good sign. It means that it's actually some sort of truth in it. In general, Morocco, I see the players, they look like a good team. And I know Nigeria was playing well. The bad officiating that I was hearing from the game, whether this person drove by this person and because the person fell down, they call it back. That's giving a sign of corruption. Again, as I mentioned earlier, it's giving a sign that they put some extra money to make sure that they win the competition since they're hosting it. It's easier to corrupt it too. So it's sad to see, but at least we all can see with our eyes that something's going on and there needs to be an investigation done at the end of the day, or it just can't repeat itself. We can't keep on saying this is a bad look for AFCON everywhere else in the world.
you know, like the sad part is like soccer, football is not about passion anymore. It's just about money. So why am I saying that? Is because they're looking at it in a way. If the host gets knocked out early, most of the fans will not attend. You understand? Like most of the fans will not attend. So they try to, and then that's what's killing the football, or the love of the passion of football, because money now goes over the passion. Money is taking over the passion. So we that watch it, we dedicate our time to watch it. You also have other people who are traveling from far to just go and watch the football live. Those people are still paying the ticket, but then they'll rather allow that the locals can attend. And the sad part is that when you watch, if Morocco is not playing, you watch other teams that are playing, it's just their fans that are going to be there.
Yeah.
And SCAF is looking at it like maybe they're not going to make so much money. Now having Morocco in the finals, the stadium was like packed. But then we that love football and watch football all the time, we know they don't deserve to be. We know that, but at the same time, CAF is looking at it like, okay, this we're gonna get all the profit from this match. We're gonna get money from this match, and if Morocco wins the AFCON, then we can get a lot more from it. So it's just sad to see how football or soccer has changed into a money-making business. Just and it's not about the passion. So that's the sad part.
Yeah, so right now, like, so I would say that officiating like for the Morocco game, what I can say is yes, we can't confidently prove what is happening in the background, but it seems like there's a sense of pressure or a feel of pressure on these guys when they were refereeing the host matches. So from a viewer standpoint, you could see that this is so biased, this is so not. But again, how do we counter this? We have VAR and all those things. And so easy calls, I can understand that, yes, every referee foul, you didn't foul him here and there, maybe outside there was some throwings here and there, we have the lines and everything. So those things happen. Arsenal got denied a penalty. The referee did not even look at the VAR, the Nottingham Forest game, saying whatever, but let's not get into that. Those things happen, like serious, dangerous calls. So when you see some of these dangerous calls that are happening, then you know that there is something actually behind it. We can't prove it. But when it's dangerous calls like that, then we can't pardon the referees for such abysmal performance. But those small calls, only ball foul, like we can say every referee always goes through that. I mean, VAR is already there to check, but for big calls like that, then there's something, yeah.
And it's a way to squeeze Arsenal in.
So I think that we can all agree that, because I was going to ask, but it seems like everybody's saying the same thing. CAF's biggest enemy right now is corruption. I was going to add is incompetence or lack of transparency part of it. And with that being said, can African football grow globally while these things are happening and they keep coming up?
I think we can grow globally because I still have hope, because watching the AFCON I saw a lot of talent, a lot of beautiful goals, the game itself, and that is all you need for the game to grow. You need the beautiful football, you need the talent to be always there, so we can grow. We just need to weed out all these bad stuff that is in our game. So I still see the potential for growth, like on the positive side, but these things keep dragging us. Like, it's taking us back. We bring VAR and it's still hard.
They don't even look at it when
they don't know what's going on. So yeah, I'll be positive that there's room for growth if like it's a condition. So if these things are taken care of.
Yeah, I think the potential has never been an issue in Africa, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because in Africa, for sure, it's one of those things where people seem like are just born to play the game, right? You can wake up one day and go outside and just start kicking the ball around. Next thing you know, everyone will see your skill set. The corruption part of it, it's a stigma, especially in this last tournament where there is so many of it and there's so many conversations about that. It kind of gives it a bad, review because when other people see this, but I think the growth in soccer in Africa or football or African football has never been in question. It's gonna continue to produce. Tell me one league around the world right now that you don't have 10, 15, 20, 30 or more African players playing in every single league, because that's just what we are. We breed soccer players. Individual countries are gonna have to start taking a stance when it comes to CAF. If this is what's gonna continue to happen, we don't want to play in a tournament anymore. We're just gonna strive to get to the World Cup where it's a bigger stage and a better stage that can help our talent and it brings more money in as well. But as far as CAF go, they need to do a major overhaul and find people that are gonna come in and be committed to transparency, be committed to the fair play that they wear, the armband and all this stuff about that they preach so much. But we need people that are going to come in and commit to these things in order for soccer or African soccer to get to that level to where we were talking about, when the tournament comes around, it's a master class like the World Cup instead of a joke that everyone will see us after this tournament, because it's the conversation throughout the tournament has been the referee. Over.
For me, I think in terms of growth, the competition has definitely grown compared to the last one, the previous one before this one. There was a huge upgrade with everything in general, in my opinion. The broadcasting, just everything, the stuff you hear about AFCON, that I was hearing about, this team played this, and you're hearing it more in the media. You're seeing videos of it, and you're like, this is happening. Some teams stepped up their game.
Commentary.
The commentary was good too. So there's generally growth. So I believe AFCON will grow, and it will continue growing. The issue is, with every foundation, you always want it to be clean and good from the beginning. So as it's growing, you obviously want to wipe out all these corruption talks before it goes to FIFA standards, and we still have corruption being embedded into the roots. So going forward, I believe that they should get a body inside of AFCON or CAF that is in charge of maintaining fair acts. They should just try something.
Another body.
Another body will drop money.
It's too much person else that's talking on the outside.
I know.
And everyone's gonna keep on repeating the same actions.
Yeah, it's tough, man. Go ahead.
No, of course. AFCON eventually it will reach out. It will reach there, because you're seeing the African referees already getting into the World Cups, start refereeing in the World Cup. Shout out to Mr. Ndala. My man.
Before we even get into that, let me just cut you off right now. Mr. Dollar, is that his name?
Yes.
Mr. Dollar. you see that dollar in his account? That guy is now going to the FIFA World Cup after his performance.
He is.
After his performance in his finals,
World Cup, he's still going.
he's not going to welcome now. So the Ghanaian ref too is not going either.
No, one thing you need to understand is VAR is there. If you look at the way AFCON is being developed, of course we're adapting the new system, the VAR getting in and all those things. And also it's just for every football association in Africa to also kind of take it seriously, develop the way we talked about, put some seriousness into their football, put some seriousness into their referees as well, so that they can make sure the leagues are back, the referees start being taken seriously, so that they can also step up. But by them stepping up, it also allows the the AFCON to also step up a little bit more, because the more African referees are out there, the more people get to know where we're coming from and how we're doing in our leagues. But imagine if they have to Google my guy Dala and they check the league in Congo. There's not even league there. So where does he where does he do all his?
So where did he come from? Like,
he paid himself. He just went abroad and started learning referees and started doing his job abroad there. Yeah. So that's it. He didn't really do so much in Africa. He started off in the leagues in Congo, and then once the league started giving problems, he went abroad. But that's the thing. So if the every CAF takes it seriously to kind of develop the referees, develop the stadiums, develop the leagues and everything, of course AFCON's gonna be out there.
So then, when you tell me after today's performance by that ref, you think that he was fair?
He was. I'll tell you why. No. Listen. They call, which if we see the Senegal goal, right? The Senegal first goal. It's a call he called before the ball even went in the net. He blew the whistle because Hakimi was pushed on the floor. The penalty, he didn't call it on the thing during the play. He got called in the VAR room. Like they always say in the EPL, you get called. You need to double check this, and then he had to step up to go and see the monitor and see how everything happens.
That call for Hakimi, right? He blew it before Hakimi even fell on the floor.
No.
Like that's the MO for the second half. As soon as you touch the Moroccans, poof, poof, poof.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
So after going to the VR room and see the play, you had you had the chance to say, okay, this is not a pen.
I'll be honest, that was a pen. For me, I will blow it pen. I'll blow it. I swear, I'll blow it. Because the guy was behind the player and he pulled him to go in front of him. These days, football is soft, bro. We need to keep that in mind. Like, it's not like back in the days, I'll give you a slight tackle, they'll be like, stand up, play the game. And these days, they push you like this on the front.
He goes to go watch the VAR for the pen.
Yeah.
But he doesn't go watch the VAR for the goal.
Because the goal didn't go in yet. The
goal
ball didn't go
went
in. And he blew the
The goal
whistle.
went in.
His hand was already
He
up
already
by the time the guy
headed the ball.
He headed it hit the post and it was traveling on the side. But you can watch the video after here. You'll see.
So if the ball already left the head and it's already
on his way.
then
That's
no point in making
No,
it.
the ball didn't hit the post and went in. It hit the post and went out.
And it hit somebody and went back in.
But at that time, the whistle was blown already.
Man,
You can check the highlight.
No, I'm not arguing that.
Check it out. We'll check it out.
The whole second half was in favor of the Moroccans. The whole world can't be lying. The whole world cannot be lying. Like, come on. Like, what do you think? You watched the game?
Yeah, I watched the game. So I think the first one, I'll give a go for that.
100%.
I'll give a go for that because it's you have to go check the VAR. I don't know if he said the on-field decision was a foul, but I don't know why VAR couldn't also pause to go and check or call the referee to go check that, because players are encouraged to play through it, even if the linesman raises to offside. Play through it, score, do whatever you want to do, especially if it's very close. Not that they have raised the flag and everybody has stopped playing and we still.
Everybody was still playing.
Yeah. So everybody was still playing. Everybody was assuming like, oh, let's get this is not a foul, until this guy said. So to me, that counted as a goal. If he wasn't sure and alarms were raised, pause the game, go check the VAR or ask the VAR.
Those things happen even in the EPL. Corner kick is hit, the player falls down, he blows the whistle, the other guy hit the head, it goes in the net, he's like, I've already blown the whistle.
No, he goes. A lot of times they go to VAR.
The VAR.
If he thinks it's a goal, he lets the goal go.
No, wait. There's a difference between the ball being hit and it goes in the net and then it blows a foul. And then by it, before the ball goes in the net, he has already blown the whistle.
The guy already had the ball. He already hit the ball and then he blows his whistle. The ball's already gone.
Yeah, the ball.
First of all, he had no reason to even blow that whistle. it's a
Everything was
when it comes to
nobody stopped though.
right, when it comes to
it wasn't
scrambling on the
obvious
box,
like everybody stopped and then somebody out of nowhere came to hit the ball.
when it comes to scramble in the box like that, referees usually wait
Yeah.
to see what happens, and then they go to VAR and call a foul or let the goal go. He was so quick to blow his whistle the whole second half.
Maybe he's just excited he's going to the World Cup.
That man is not going to the World Cup.
He's going to
He's
the
not going to the World Cup unless they want him to come cheat to the World Cup.
The thing is, when you look at the Ghanaian ref, I'm even talking for the Ghanaian ref, right? He had, did you guys watch the interview after when he landed in Ghana?
Yeah, we watched it. They had a ceremony for him.
Yeah.
The guy spoke so well. It's like, no, I wasn't big market. So
Because he spoke so well doesn't mean he cheated.
No,
He's a Ghanaian here. We tell you he cheated.
for Nigeria.
No, I didn't say he cheated.
Yeah, you did. Don't change the tone now.
I said he didn't officiate 100%. I won't give you
Okay.
100%.
But
I'll take that. I'll take that. At least he's
I'm
like
not
looking to
saying
he's a
that
Ghanaian.
Nala was 100%.
He's an honest man. I like it because he's
The
honest.
use of the word cheated is more of like, no, he didn't.
He wasn't fair.
He was partial.
So what if Dollar got some dollars to make some dollar calls?
Nah, he has enough.
I'm sorry. Ben, he wasn't fair.
He's already.
Ben, he wasn't fair.
He got sent. By the way, the linesman
Ben,
were also.
Ben, he wasn't fair.
Ben, so you said that the play was going on and he was called.
The PK, he let it go. He
Yes,
didn't blow the
so
whistle.
as a referee, you had an on-field decision.
Exactly.
You made an on-field decision.
He made the
You were
decision.
there, you saw it, right?
Yeah.
Now, people call you to go to the VR to go check. To me, that's not a pen.
We move.
For me, that was a pen. For me, that was a pen because
For me,
I was
for me,
supporting-
for me,
I'll be honest,
for me,
I was
to be
supporting
honest-
Senegal. I was supporting Senegal too. But then I saw that I was
It's
like,
a-
bro, why would you do that? Like, be in front of the keeper. Don't defend like. Can you stop playing? But but like you standing behind the player.
If Brian and I, we are holding each other like this. If
Are
we
you
are
talking
holding,
about the penalty?
yeah, the penalty.
Mm.
If Brian and I are holding each other, we are all struggling for the ball, and I get him out of the way to hit the ball.
There's a way of getting
How do
it
you get
out.
out though?
But even though the ref didn't call the pen
Yes, no,
initially
that's-
because he looked at it,
It's
he was
a
like, it
soft
was
thing.
okay.
I don't even
But-
think, honestly, I don't even think it's the pen that caused that problem that Senegal wanted to walk away. I think it was the officiating that second half. Like, that led up to that issue.
No, it was from the goal. When they
So-
when that goal
So, they,
again,
exactly, the goal, the officiating,
So,
everything.
again,
And they were upset about
For
that.
someone that didn't watch the game, right? If I heard a team was willing to walk off the field due to officiating, that says a lot, man.
You know why? That
Why?
was like a last minute kick. After he missed that penalty, he blew the whistle because the game was over and the guy was
Bro,
like, you know what?
that's not the reason why. Because that happens a lot in soccer. Like, people
They
get
win
last minute
and
PKs
they because
and they don't
they
walk off
thought-
the field.
they
For a
thought
team to run and walk off the field,
they thought
that means they
Ibrahim
felt like
was
there
going
was.
to score that.
First of all, when you look at the stadium, it's 98% Moroccans.
For the,
They
Morocco.
didn't give Senegal the amount of tickets that they were supposed to get. That was the first issue.
Yes.
Second
That's
issue,
not the ref
security.
problem.
Moroccans, what do you mean? I'm not saying that's not the ref problem. I'm just saying it's cheating
Of
overall.
course, I agree with
All
you.
of that plays a role. It
I
shows that they cheated also in the game. Like, it's not.
they really wanted to prove a point that they could win.
Morocco wanted to win. Morocco wanted to
And they cheated to try to win.
They made the Senegal.
They were taking goalkeepers' tours. They took the Senegalese goalkeepers' tour. I didn't even know
Yeah,
that.
they even took the Nigerian guy as well.
3 times.
They're doing that.
They kept doing that.
Yeah,
They're
because-
giving teams 10% tickets.
You know why?
Like,
because they
how
have this
is that
assumption.
real? That's-
Because
one
they
of the
have
funny
this
things-
assumption
threw a banana
that
to
when
the
you take
keeper.
a towel and put it next to your thing, it's juju. That's what they have it. But in the
Oh, so what?
they
Okay,
cut
okay,
hands to
okay.
step
Hold on,
in,
hold
not
on,
the ref.
hold on. So the Nigerian goalkeeper puts one towel down. That's juju. Okay, they took the juju. The assistant assistant coach brought a different towel. That's still juju. The assistant
No,
coach
no, no,
is
but that's
he's
what
not,
I'm
he's
saying.
not African.
That's what I'm saying.
He's not African.
I
He
agree
was-
with
he
you.
was
That's
a
not
Yoruba
the
guy.
right thing to
Yeah.
do. But the only thing is that's not for the ref to interfere.
That has
That's for
nothing to
the
do
CAF
with juju.
to
Those-
interfere.
That's not the first time a goalkeeper has put a towel right beside him. Their goalkeeper does it. So why can't he be juju for
But
their
that's the
goalkeeper?
thing. this is.
We're making excuses.
No,
for
I'm not
Morocco right
making
now.
excuses. What I'm saying is, I'm just trying to look out for refs because I'm looking at it like it's not the refs thing. It's the CAF ways to interfere. Because why would you take a goalkeeper's foul and just
No, that wasn't the main thing. I was just stating the different things that happened leading
Oh,
up
a
to-
lot happened.
Exactly.
Did you see when Senegal landed? They didn't have
They didn't have security.
People
Exactly.
literally just
So
next
all of
to
that, their training facility,
Yes.
like all of that adds
Senegal
up. And then you
didn't
go on the field and
everything
the ref is
else.
cheating you. Of course you're gonna want to walk up to you. They're tired at this point. You're exhausted.
They're
Like they're humans.
Last
at the end of the
minutes
day.
of the game, they conceded a penalty, and it's like, you know what? Why are we struggling with
It
this?
was cheating. It was
Yeah,
cheating.
But
He
you
was
know,
cheating. He was cheating. And I
Mr.
think-
Nala, you got me, man.
Send you some of them dollars.
protecting his cause.
Hey,
It is what it is, man.
we had the ref, we had the linesman, bro. We balling. We going to the World Cup.
We ain't got nothing.
Congo will go to the World Cup with referees. Imagine.
I don't see it happening, bro. That guy, not the VAR guys, that particular guy that was in the middle, I don't see him going. Because I don't think FIFA is going to want that kind of controversy.
He was in the previous World Cup.
Yeah, but this is
He's
different.
going to this one to watch.
I don't think FIFA is going to
He
want that.
might, because Africa doesn't have a lot of referees to send. So if he was at the last World Cup, that's an automatic yes, right?
They have a lot of them. That's South African referees there.
They're not South African guys. He has always been there.
That's what I'm saying. So they have options. It's not like they don't have options. They have the Moroccans, the Algerian
They
refs.
have to take one. They'll take one.
No, I'm saying they have options. They take one.
What's the Nigeria?
No, just like most Sergio's a referee though, so he left the hardest like he has breath in his pocket. Like he was loving the hardest like
Let's get Congo and Ghana go to the World Cup. Let the Ghana and the Congo go to the World Cup and represent Africa.
They like that handshake. That comes with benefit. So they don't even have a league.
The Ghanaian ref is not going. He's the only one in his career.
Them
He's
dudes
good.
are playing
The Ghanaian guy, he said
their
he's
league
not
on
going.
the red
He's
dirt
going.
He's
field.
going. Yes, he's going.
Let the Congo and Ghana go represent Africa.
Alright. Go. Alright, so we look to CAF with hope and confidence. Fair refereeing and transparent punishments are the foundation of trust in African football. When decisions are consistent and accountability is clear, the game grows stronger, players compete with confidence, and fans believe in the outcome on the pitch. By upholding fairness at every level, CAF has the power to protect the integrity of the game and unite the continent through football. When justice leads the way, African football shines brighter. Thank you for listening today. That's a wrap for today's episode. We always appreciate the love and support. Peace. On the side.
Nala.
Good way to end it.
I never thought they would bench Kumi ever, man.
No, benching him it doesn't mean that
He's a bad
he's a
player.
bad player.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah, it's 9:30.
He needed that.
Yeah,
like just
You saw when he came in, he was very aggressive. Cause
I
his line